Good morning. I just made myself a banana smoothie with a little bit of chocolate protein, and I'm just going over my daily schedule that I made a bit earlier. I am having a very late start today, but I'm gonna slowly get some things done this afternoon. This is my daily schedule planner that I have designed, and I use it in the GoodNotes app. And so far I've gotten half ready. I still need to do my hair. I had a session this morning with my therapist, which I will explain in a minute. It was very, very helpful, very interesting. I had to call Liz for a little bit, and right now I need to get in and do some emails and do my hair. And then later this evening I'm catching up with one of my friends, and then this afternoon I need to figure out what's gonna happen in here. But I thought I would show you really quickly. Look how pretty my Lego flowers are. I've been working on these Lego flowers over the last week, and I finished them, and I think they're so perfect. This little vase is from Kmart. It's also like that ribbed texture, the same as this glass. I love that kind of texture right now. This one's from Country Road. I'll have it linked below. This one is from Kmart. This one was only $12. The only thing I hate though is that you can see the rubber band that I have used to tie the flowers together. I need to get a green rubber band because that's just really annoying me. But they look really pretty. I filmed it and it's up on TikTok, and I think half of it's on Instagram, and it will eventually go on Instagram. But I think they're so pretty. I'm so glad I got this. I love flowers and I love Lego, and this was just like the perfect combination for me. So really, really happy with that. It makes it look very cool in here. I'm gonna get on with my emails and then go and do my hair, and then I will explain a little bit more about all the things I learned this morning. I've created a little list of the things that I have to do every single day. Mind you, because I'm filming, I don't really share every single detail and part of my planning, because obviously planning is very private. So for the purposes of this video, sometimes things are not exact, but I thought I would explain that these are some of the things that I check every single day. So on Notion, I have a full life to-do list, every category, and there's so many things on there. Every time something comes up, I throw it in Notion, and then I check it every day to see what I can pull out and do today. And then I also have to check my calendar and just want to see where I'm at, what day, what is happening. I have to add something for next week that I completely forgot about, but I just like to know every day where my week is heading and if there's been any changes to like update it in my brain. I also check YouTube. I always go through the comments, and then I also check any of the analytics and things that I just need to go through. I check my Etsy and then also my website for messages that I need to reply to and just see how everything is going. And then emails. I have about 4 different email accounts that I need to check and go through and respond to people and make sure everything is all up to date. So I'm gonna run through all of these right now, and then I think I can go and do my hair. I just finished my hair. I'm actually really liking it today. It's got like a lot of volume. I just used the Dyson Airwrap. It's not mine, it's actually my brother's girlfriend. And I feel very lucky that I get to use it. I actually used to have one and I got rid of it because I hated it. At the time that I had it, I preferred a much more defined curl, whereas now I prefer that more blowout look, and that's kind of what it's designed to do. Like this will fall out a little bit more and it'll be much softer, and I quite like that look, but I don't think I'm gonna purchase a Dyson Airwrap. One, they're stupidly expensive, and and two, they don't work globally. Whatever works in America does not work in the rest of the world, and whatever works in the rest of the world doesn't work in the Americas. And because the two main places I travel between are Australia and Canada, that makes no sense. What I would like to try is the shark one because it's significantly cheaper and it just looks really cool. And I think if that can work globally, that would be a much better option, but it's not available in Australia yet and I've never tried it. And hopefully at some point I can try it to see if I like it. But yeah, that's my hair update. I thought I would share with you what I learned this morning. It's really, really interesting. I had a session with my psychologist this morning and I noticed some things that I'd been doing over the last few months and I wanted to talk about it and find out a little bit more about it. A few months ago, I noticed that whenever I was going into a space that wasn't mine, I was starting to get really uncomfortable and just starting to feel like, oh my God, everything is so dirty. Even if it had just been cleaned and everything was, you know, seemingly neat and organized, I was just getting overwhelmingly uncomfortable, and it's slowly gotten worse and worse to the point where in January I had an Airbnb for a couple of days and this place was immaculate, but I walked in and I was like, it's dirty. It's just so ugh, and it made me really uncomfortable, and I've never done that with an Airbnb or a hotel before, and I've gotten to this point where unless I clean it, it's not clean. And it's also started to get to this other point where I need to clean things in order to do other things. So I will be like, okay, if I just clean all of this stuff, then I can work, but then I never work, and it's just starting to get in the way of me actually doing the things that I need to do. He ran through a series of questions today, and I thought maybe like, am I leaning towards OCD? After answering all those questions, he doesn't believe that that's the case. It's not that extreme, and that he explained that there are just different types of brains, and that my brain is one that is very, very sensitive to my space. It is very sensitive to the symmetry of things, the placement of things, and also color coordination, which is why I'm so obsessed with color coordination. My outfit has to be color coordinated. My house has to be color coordinated. Everything has to have its space and its place. And if it's not right, I don't feel right. And it makes so much sense that that's how I function. He's given me a few like exercises and things I can do to try and move through those moments where I'm being distracted and focusing on cleaning and organizing and trying to get a space to feel right. He said because I don't have my own space and I am sort of traveling and things are a bit uncertain, these feelings are going to be a lot more heightened, which is probably why I'm feeling a bit thrown off in the last couple of months. But we were thinking back to my apartment in Toronto, and this just makes so much sense. So I would spend 90% of my time in my living room / kitchen, and it was because everything in that space to me and my brain was perfect. Everything was exactly where it should be. All the furniture pieces made sense. They worked well together. Everything was color coordinated. Someone else might not think so, but to me, it was exactly how I needed everything to be, which is why I spent so much time there. My bedroom and my office were never right. And I can't tell you exactly what it is about those rooms as to why they were never right, but I just knew they weren't right and I never spent any time in there. And now knowing this, it just makes sense as to why it didn't matter how many times I cleaned my desk, I reorganized my office, I moved it and put the desk in a new spot, that I just never worked in there. There was just something missing in terms of the layout, the furniture, the decor, the coloring, everything. And I didn't really understand it at the time. And now that I do, I kind of am excited for the next place I have, so that I'll be able to take my time and be a little more selective with my furniture pieces and the decor and the coloring, and take my time to build a space that I know that I will actually want to be in, that feels right, that makes sense, is color coordinated, and it will be a space that I'm not worried about fiddling with. So then I'll actually be able to be productive. But it was really interesting. He kept throwing out scenarios. He's like, I'm gonna guess you go into places and you notice little things or you do these things. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like me. It was kind of nice to have that discussion and have a few techniques to help me when I do get super distracted and off focus when I'm like trying to figure out my space. But it also makes sense why I went to Bunnings and made that whole faux desktop the other day, because I just needed a space that made sense in my mind. So super interesting. I've kind of always sort of known this about myself, but to hear it from my psychologist and explain it in a little bit better of a detail and then give me some like coping techniques makes me feel so much better. And to know that this is so normal and that just some people's brains function this way, and this is how my brain functions, and sometimes it's really good. It's probably helped me be able to build my career, but it sometimes also gets in the way of me trying to do things, and now I understand it and I am able to work with it, and I'm just happy. I'm happy that that all just makes a little bit of sense. So it's gonna be interesting navigating the next few months where I don't have a space. It'll be so interesting when I do have a space again. But yeah, so I learned that this morning and I'm very happy about it. One of the things that I wanted to do today, because the weather is so nice, is actually wash my makeup brushes. It's been really miserable lately, and I thought today would be the perfect day to wash them so that they would dry. And then I also really want to wash my white sneakers. They're so dirty, and I thought, yeah, today would be a good day to let them dry. I just cleaned my makeup brushes, almost. I'm almost done. I still have soap in my hand. I wasn't even recording. How annoying. Oh well, at least I guess you get half of it. The sink's a mess, but that's so annoying. I wasn't actually recording. There is nothing I hate more than having to clean makeup brushes. I accidentally just tore a chunk out of it. Look at how much foundation is still underneath. I hate it so much. I'm gonna start using this side when I do my makeup, but like, sponges are the worst. Honestly, I give up. The other side's nice and clean. This can be the side that I'll use for my makeup. I hate sponges. I've got them outside on a clothing rack, on a tea towel. I've not put them in the direct sunlight. I'll just leave them in the shade. But it's nice and warm out here that they shouldn't take too long to dry. These are my white sneakers. They are not white. I'm pretty sure this brown stain at the front was coffee that I spilt on them. But I wore them every single day over summer back in Toronto, and I would go for 6 or 7 kilometer walks every afternoon on dirt tracks, and they ended up so dirty and so dusty, and I have been meaning to clean them for so long. These shoes have ruined every other shoe for me. They are the most comfortable shoes on the face of the planet. I will 100% be repurchasing them, especially considering I have now worn a hole in the back of them. I've worn them so much. Cost per wear must be so low on these now, but they are the best shoes. I just really want to clean them. I just googled how to wash them, and it does say that you should wash the Clifton 8s by hand, but it also says in other random Google searches that sneakers are kind of designed to be thrown in the washing machine, and they are half destroyed already, and I don't have a bucket to wash them in, so I think I'm just gonna risk it and throw them in the washing machine. I've done it before with other sneakers and they were totally fine, so I think we're just gonna do it. Oh no, I used too many suds. I put it on a really quick 18-minute wash, but they're actually kind of clean. Well, they're cleaner than what they were. This side is like nice and white, but they're still very much stained up here. So maybe I can hand wash them a little bit and then throw them back in, but they're still intact and not destroyed. I've come back upstairs where it's much better lighting. My poor bathroom sink, shoes in the sink. Look how white and clean they are in some spots. Like, it's so nice just here, but then they're still really dirty on the front. I have some of the Vanish Preen Oxy Action. I'm going to try a bit of this and see what happens. I just realized that this is actually for carpet and upholstery. I was reading the instructions, and the instructions are terrible. They don't really tell you what to do, and I couldn't understand why it was saying to follow along with carpet, but that's because it's for carpet. I hope it works okay. I've had my shoes out here drying for a little bit. They're not perfect, but they're so much better than what they were, so I'm glad that I got that done today. One of the things I did want to do today was to film an outfit TikTok, and I'm going to do it with this dress here. It is a little white long sleeve dress. It's from the brand Lover. It's off the Iconic. It's very, very cute, but I'm going to give it a steam first, and then I'm going to get in and shoot the little outfit. One of those fabrics that really should be ironed. I just don't know if I can bother to go down and get the iron and the ironing board. It's steamed enough, but there's still some tiny creases, and I just don't know if I'm going to be in that mood where I need to get rid of the creases or whether it's done enough. I don't know, but it's really cute, and I forgot that it has pockets, and I love dresses that have pockets. Okay, I have the dress on. It's not worth me ironing it any further because the second I do this, it creases anyway. And I know once I sit down, it's going to crease anyway, but It's the little dress. It's very cute. For accessories, I have my gold shoes and then my cream-ish bag with gold. And I'm thinking it might be really good with like big gold earrings as well. I'm gonna step the whole way back so you can see the whole outfit together. And I hate my hair. I'm thinking either I have to keep it like this where it's all pulled over to one side, or I really need contacts in because I can't see anything, or I need to put it up into a ponytail and like big gold earrings. But I think it works, like it's cute. I just don't like how much this fabric creases, but it's still kind of really fun, you know? It is much easier when the camera faces you, but I like to do it this way because then it's with the back camera. I need a 10-second timer, and I also need to change it to 16:9. There we go. Done. So let's go shoot some pictures. I've just been editing the outfit I took and I hate it. I had the best lighting and yet the quality is still grainy and I don't understand why. And this goes back to what we were talking about this morning, where things just have to look a certain way, and if they don't, I get frustrated, and I'm really, really frustrated right now, and I'm gonna post it to TikTok because it's about as good as it's getting. I have had to come up to the bathroom for a second because I had to walk away from my computer. I'm so frustrated. There's so many noises around right now, like there's so many noises and it's just irritating me, and this is the stupidest thing on the face of the planet to be frustrated by. And this ties into what I was talking to my psychologist about this morning, is the way things look and like the placement of things, and sometimes it trickles over into my work. And this is why I literally never post to Instagram, because I get so obsessed over these tiny details. Like, there's too much white space, I'm not in the center of the frame, it needs to be here, my hair is out of place, this is out of place, I should be holding my hand higher. All of these little things which are just utterly ridiculous, and they frustrate me, and I have been sitting at my computer trying to play around with, and now I'm annoyed, and I shouldn't be feeling this frustrated over this type of thing, which is why I wanted to speak to him about it and figure out, are there ways that I can start like working through this so that I am not paying attention to these tiny details and it's not stopping me from getting on with things, and then I'm also not this frustrated. Although as I'm talking right now, I can feel myself calming down, which is nice because I've just been feeling so annoyed. I feel like I've never really shared this side of the way that I function before. I don't really talk about it because anytime I get frustrated or anytime that any of the content that I produce, and most of the time I just trash it and I'm like, nope, we're not dealing with this. This is not the content that's going on the internet. I'm gonna start again. And so today I feel like I went on a little bit of a different side, a side that is a little bit weird and I think is really stupid, but it's just the way that it is. So anyway, I need to start getting myself ready to go soon. I don't know what to do with my hair because that is also annoying me. I feel like maybe I should just put it in a ponytail, get it out of my face. And it's really hot today, so that might even be a better idea. And I think I'm gonna catch the train. Yeah, I think I'll just catch the train, and I want sushi. I'm gonna go to Sushi Hub. I love Sushi Hub. It is my favorite sushi, what do you call it? Like chain sushi here in Australia. There's too many sushis. There needs to be more Sushi Hubs. So I think I'm gonna go to do that. I put my hair into a ponytail because I just feel better with it out of my face. I am not frustrated anymore, and I feel much more calm. So I decided to just take a moment to Google the phrase that my psychologist used to describe what it is that I go through, and he called it not just right. And he was like, it doesn't sound very like formal or anything. And so I've Googled the phrase not just right, and every search result that I've come across associates it with OCD. And after reading it, I feel sort of the first half, but I don't have the compulsions to fix it, which is why he says that I don't have OCD. So this part says, a not just right experience will be associated with a sense of discomfort or tension as opposed to anxiety. Not just right experiences are also similar to other OCD symptoms in that they involve an overwhelming sense of doubt that lead to compulsion that aid to the individual to seek relief from discomfort, increasing the likelihood that they'll perform the compulsion again. So I have the first half of that sentence. I don't have the compulsion part. I just have the part where when things are just not right, I get incredibly uncomfortable. I feel really, really tense. I don't feel anxious, but I just feel very uncomfortable. It's really fascinating, and it explains why sometimes I feel the way that I do. And I go through the things that I do, especially as I keep saying, over really silly things. So super interesting. I'm gonna go and get myself ready and head to the train station, or do I drive to the city? I just can't decide whether I drive to the train station and train or whether I just drive straight to the city. I need to figure that out. Plans have changed a little bit. Things are not really going according to plan. I had to help my brother with something, so ooh, elevator's right here. Perfect. I had to help my brother with something. Anyway, as I was saying, I had to help my brother with some stuff at home, so I ended up running late. I haven't had time to go and get sushi, so I'm just gonna go directly to the place that I'm meeting my friend. I'm about half an hour early, and I'll see if maybe I could get some food before she gets there, or if not, I'll just order some apps or whatever and we can snack, and that'll be my dinner for the night.